Hello and welcome here to live commentary of the game here between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Sheffield Wednesday right here at Brackenmore. I am your commentator for this evening here. I am Adam Allcroft. Hopefully you will enjoy this one today. Obviously a very interesting challenge for Stocksbridge this time. Sorry, obviously we've got tight bench, so sometimes I will have to get up to let people past. This is not the usual sort of professional media bench that some of the Wednesday fans who are listening today are used to where so we will go through the teams in a second. I'm just doing a few different jobs at once, so you just got to get a few things sorted. And let Wednesday staff members past. So, just seeing that the Wednesday team have already made their way out here. The Stocksbridge team have not just as of yet. So we'll just wait for them in a second. And here come the Stocksbridge team now. We will read the teams out for you now. So the Sheffield Wednesday team is Jack Hall in the net, then there's a trialist, then there's Joel Ashman, another trialist, Fuad Sisse, Paolo Aguas, a trialist, Connell Truman, Dunn, Bailey Cadamatreri, which I'm going to mispronounce throughout the day most likely, and another trialist. The Stocksbridge team for this evening is Harrison Davison-Hale, Jordan Lemon, a trialist, Cody Pryor, Elliot Murray, Charlie Oglesby, Curtis Turner, Ross Goodwin, Luca DeFalco, Thomas Poole and Gareth Curtis. Stocksbridge are coming into this on the back of their first pre-season win in 2 years after getting the win against Eccleshill on Saturday. Not the most elaborate performance in the world, but one that did get the win, and sometimes the sign of a good team is winning with not the best performances. We have seen plenty of good performances in this pre-season, lots of reasons to be hopeful coming up for the season, even if that game, the one we won, probably not. Sheffield Wednesday, obviously we're seeing not many well-known names. Obviously Bailey Cadamatreri is the big name who's attracted plenty of interest over the last year, was the star of the FA Cup Youth Cup run for Sheffield Wednesday, as we see Ross Goodwin, the county Stockbridge, get ready for the kick-off here. And we'll look forward to seeing how a youthful Stocksbridge side, who have, well, I think everyone is aged under 30 in this team today for Stocksbridge, face up against a very youthful Sheffield Wednesday side. Most of the time it's usually a battle of experience versus youth. This time it's a bit of case of youth and a bit of experience against a lot of youth. So Sheffield Wednesday will get the kick-off with their number 10. We haven't got any numbers today, so it is going to be a difficult one for me to tell you the names of those sides. So, and the Sheffield Wednesday staff have helped me here, so I actually do have numbers. So it's a trialist for Sheffield Wednesday who is going to kick off for them, as we prepare just a couple of minutes late kick-off in this game. As Sheffield Wednesday bring a few people forward onto the line here, and we just wait as Lee Hibble, our usual local referee, gets ready to get us started. And here we go. So Sheffield Wednesday in the blue and white stripes, black shorts, black socks, kicking from right to left as they attempt a cross-field ball, while Stocksbridge Park Steels kicking from left to right in the yellow shirts, blue shorts and blue socks. Stocksbridge, Sheffield Wednesday here with an early throw-in just inside their own half, which the trialists taking well and headed on to one of the other trialists. Tackled, but Sheffield Wednesday tried to break through anyway, and Cadamatreri area already looking lively up front as Wednesday press from the beginning, but Stocksbridge clear now, and Goodwin gathers the ball, passes it out wide to Jordan Lemon, who's going to clear up field. It's one that Thomas Poole is going to chase, but it's blocked by Wednesday, and they're going to get straight on the counter-attack. They get it through, flicked onto the trialist number 10. He's running at Langton. He goes past, sliding tackle, great sliding tackle from Stocksbridge, and Now the ball's being carried away by the trialist, who clears up, but intercepted by Wednesday, who having a lot of early pressure in this game. The number 8 slipped through to the trialist 10, and he takes a shot, but he doesn't get any power behind it. It's not even going to be collected here by Davison Hale. It's going to leave it at his feet. Very bright start from Sheffield Wednesday here so far in this game. So Davison Hale here going to take his time, going to roll it out in front of him now. Before, well, he's going to actually just take another moment before to kick a bit out of him for just outside of his goal. Takes a long ball, fields aimed towards DeFalco, but it's over his head. Wednesday will gather in defence now at the right back position. Charge down there, and DeFalco's on the ball. DeFalco just trying to get the ball out of his feet. Gone back to him now, he's been clipped forward to him in the box. DeFalco just out muscling his defender, takes a shot, it's blocked. It's an early corner for the Steels, 2 minutes into this game. Some great strength from Luca DeFalco, who had an incredible story for those who may not be aware. A local lad who, in the reserve match against the Penistone Church Reserves, dislocated his kneecap completely off. Back here with his chance to get in the first team, and we've got the early corner, which Thomas Poole is going to take on the far-hand side. The likes of Elliot Murray and Oglesby in the box for the Steels now. Posey going to the far post, and Murray misses the header there. Oh, it would have been an almost certain goal. Peeled off onto the far post, Elliot Murray, the new signing this week. He misses the ball cross in, and it would have been 1-0 Steels had he gone the end of that. Perhaps Sheffield Wednesday's set-piece troubles in the first team translating to the youth team there, as it's with Cisse now, puts a long ball forward, looking for Cadamarteri. And he's going to get on the end of the left wing. He's just outstepped Oglesby, tries to put the ball in there. The number 10 almost gets on the end of it. It's cleared by Stocksbridge, but not very far, still on the edge of the area. And it's Will Truman, who's working hard for it, and he is tackled in the box, and it's now with Pryor, who's going to carry it away. It's with Goodwin, who turns well away from trouble. Back to Curtis Turner, who tried to knock it long, but he slices the ball to the ways of the Wednesday supporters who've made here today, who we thank every one of them for attending. These fixtures do so good for the balance books of non-league clubs like us. It's with Wednesday now as Goodwin charges down the crossfield of Aguas, and it's actually going to go to a Wednesday throw in here, though Goodwin's going to knock the ball away first. I think the young Aguas is learning a bit of what non-league gamesmanship's like, especially as Cody Price just picked up the ball and threw it completely away from Aguas. Sometimes part of learning is learning some of these dark arts that the senior players have gained, as the throw in there is knocked out play by one of Wednesday's own. It's going to be a throw in here for the Steels. Just to let you know, thank you for everyone listening. Of course, we have great competition today with the England women. We will try and keep you updated with everything that's happening with the England women, as DeFalco tries to turn from that long ball, but Wednesday get it for it, and they're going to pass it back to Jack Hall, the young goalkeeper for Sheffield Wednesday. And he's going to knock it upfield, looking for Cadamarteri. He's going to head it onto the winger here on the right wing, who's going to have plenty of space. He's going to look for the trialist here on the right-hand side with a pass, but Murray's going to step in and knock out play for a throw-in. So 4 minutes gone here. It is 0-0 between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Sheffield Wednesday so far. Both sides looking quite bright in attacking areas at the moment. Ball flicked on there by Sheffield Wednesday, but to no one in particular. Stocksbridge do clear it to Goodwin, who heads it on, but Wednesday's going to gather the ball in midfield, and the long run and the long shot there from Sheffield Wednesday is always high and wide there. Saw a bit of space, thought he had an opportunity, but the quite powerful shot was never testing Davison Hale in this case. So back with Davison Hale now, who is yet to be tested in this game so far. He's looking for the right-hand side here, where Goodwin is. A typical tactic. Goodwin does head it on, but the header's just a bit too powerful there. It's going to end up being going out to play. It's a Sheffield Wednesday throw-in, about halfway through their own half at the moment. Going to be just take your time here. Fuad Cisse here in the left-back position for Sheffield Wednesday. Throws it upfield, but Lemon gets the header forward to it. Poole heads it into space into Turner, who's knocked it long, and DeFalco is going to try and chase that, but it is being well covered by Wednesday, and eventually the defender there actually earns the foul from DeFalco, giving it away. I think that was one. I think it was either Ashman or one of the trialists there for Sheffield Wednesday, earning the foul quite smartly off DeFalco, who, as a young man himself, still has a lot of youthful tendencies. And Jack Hall there has to kick the ball out of play as he's closed down by one of the Stocksbridge attackers there, out of absolutely nothing for Stocksbridge in the corner there. Stocksbridge's closing down game, the pressing has been a great success. We've seen them tackle one goalkeeper for a goal already this season. They saw at Belper last week, and now Stocksbridge have earned a corner out of it. Will it be as almost successful as last time? Corner goes in, it's aimed towards the far post, it's headed away by Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, and they head it on as well, and they're trying to see if they can get the counter-attack gone here. But it's well tackled there by DeFalco, through to Goodwin. Goodwin's trying to evade tackle. He is now tackled by Wednesday though, and Wednesday going to pass it through to the trialist, who spreads it onto the right-hand side for the other trialist. They're going to knock it up long here for, again, another trialist. The trialist family well represented at Sheffield Wednesday today, but that one is just going to go out of play there. Throw in to the Steels. Yeah, it's just on the left-hand side at the moment. And through to central defence, it's going to be a long ball, looking for Thomas Poole to see if Thomas Poole can get the better of Cisse. Cisse gets the touch there, and he's going to pass it back to his own centre-back there, looking for his goalkeeper, I think, and eventually the long ball goes up before he can be closed down to Oglesby, who tries to knock it forward, bounced off a Wednesday player, but he's back with Murray, who's going to look for the long ball over the top. You've got one of the Wednesday Stocksbridge trialists trying to get on the end of that, but Wednesday do clear, so throw it in an attacking area for the Steels here. Gaz Curtis, I think they were looking for on that run there. Actually, the throwing's gone the other way, therefore it definitely was a Stocksbridge one, but it's in fact a defensive one for Sheffield Wednesday. Going into a bit of a blind spot we have in this pitch here. Not for good, but only to Murray, who's going to try and clip it in the box for Curtis. Curtis heads it on. It is the trialist who heads it away, and eventually Truman gets it away, but it's only back to Curtis Turner, who puts it onto the right to Lemon, puts through to Goodwin, and then try to DeFalco. Might just be a bit too heavy for him, and it is. It's going to some great one-touch passing there. Had the Wednesday defence on the back foot, but in the end, it was just too heavy for DeFalco to get on the hand of, and it's a goal kick for Wednesday. Stockbridge is definitely looking very good in this game so far. Currently have the better of it at this stage, with 8 minutes gone in this game so far. So, back with Jack Hall here now. As Ian Richards parks out praise at his team for some of the passing on display, as Hall's going to kick this one right out of play here. Going to go here with, so Jordan Lemon will get the ball back here with a throwing right on the halfway line. He was just beyond the halfway line, but with the way Lemon usually takes a few steps before he's thrown, it will be. He's actually going to find the trialist left back with plenty of space on, but he's being closed down quickly by Truman. He's going to send a long ball here to Turner, who heads it down, looking for Curtis, just behind Curtis, and the trialist right back for Sheffield Wednesday is going to carry that away. The pass through is not going to be knocked out to play by a Stocksbridge player as well, so a throw-in for the Steels here. For Sheffield Wednesday, I mean, I'm afraid. Throwing taken short to another one of the trialists. He's been closed down by Stocksbridge, and then closed down successfully here. But so DeFalco's on the ball for Stocksbridge, trying to find Curtis on the left wing, but it's been cleared away by Wednesday there. There's a bit of a battle in midfield by the trialist number 10, but he has been outmuscled by two players, but I think the physicality was a bit too much there. The referee has given the free kick to Wednesday on the halfway line. So, and it's a cross-field pass here by Sheffield Wednesday. It's in the centre midfield now, but trying to slip it through. Calamarati barged off the ball there by Murray, and now it's with Goodwin with the ball, who's been tunnelled into a channel there, so he's forced pass back to Lemon, looking for DeFalco, but well stepped up by Cisse, who's collected the ball for Wednesday, and they've put it onto the right-hand side now with the trialist, who's now trying to cut inside, but well in from Curtis Turner, stops the move there, and it's tracked. It's a throw into Wednesday just inside their own half. So it's going to be Wednesday back on the ball here as they look to, well, it's actually going to be getting these throwing decisions wrong myself here, because it's actually gone to Stocksbridge here. Throw short to Curtis Turner, who's trying to run away from one of his markers. He's forced to pass it back here to Oglesby, who's all the way back to Davison Hale here. who's going to take a touch before sending it long. It's aimed towards Gaz Curtis, but big towering header from Joel Ashman knocks it away, but it's only back to Stocksbridge's own trialist. The left back's going to do a great crossfield pass here to Thomas Poole. Thomas Poole with some space on the right-hand side here, has been closed down here by one of the Wednesday defenders. Passes it back to Lemon, who's come forward here. Lemon's going to try and get it into the box, and it's just knocked away here from Gaz Curtis, and a sliding challenge from Wednesday will get the ball away. It's with the trials number 10, who's knocked it in front of Oglesby. Going to try and beat the man there, but Oglesby's got the pace on him there, and he's passed it back to Davison Hale, who will clear upfield. Headed up in the air by Wednesday, though, and back away by Ashman, who signed his first professional contract for Sheffield Wednesday this summer. Now back to Oglesby here, who's going to try and clear it for Stocksbridge. He just has a bit of head tennis here, as they're being forced to play Stocksbridge game at the moment. The trial Lafbeck sends one long, but headed away by Wednesday there. He's now in their central midfield, and currently with Bobby Dunn, who's forced to pass it back to Cisse after under pressure, and Poole's going to try pressure on Cisse, but great little turn from Cisse gets him away to the trials 10, who doesn't get a touch onto it, and it's back with Oglesby, and now back with Davison Hale, and Kadaz Muratari almost gets the close down on Davison Hale there. And it's with Aguas now on the left wing, who's looking to beat Jordan Lemon at the moment, but well in from Cody Pryor, who not only gets the tackle in, knocks it off Aguas as well, and earns the throw in for the Steels. Here, as the wail of a banshee, I think, from somewhere over in the houses at Stocksbridge it seems to liven up the crowd a bit. There's a throw in that Jordan Lemon's going to take in his own half as he takes the throw in long here. Goes over the head, it's with DeFalco now, who's going to knock it over his own head, and it's the trialist number 6 for Sheffield Wednesday who's going to have to knock that out of play there as Stocksbridge look to build one of their own attacks. It's not been no major chances as of yet. The biggest chance early on coming for Stocksbridge, a corner there, almost heading away. Elliot Murray peeled off his marker brilliantly. He just couldn't get a header onto it, or else it would be 1-0 Steels right now. Sheffield Wednesday yet to have a clear-cut opportunity of their own. So Lemon now. And we're going to try and get the ball through to Goodwin, who chests it down here for Poole, but the offside flag's there. The routine that they obviously had planned from that throw-in out was foiled, not by the Wednesday defence, but by the linesman's flag. So it is now back with the Jack Hall, the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper. So Hall here, going to take the step up. Going to take it long, and Lemon's header is more backwards as he does a few choice words out of it. Murray's forced to head that out of play to stop it becoming a danger, so Sheffield Wednesday have the throwing in not too far from the box. It is, Aguas has actually taken steps back rather than steps forward, which is a rare thing. And he hasn't got too many options here, as well as Stocksbridge doing well marking their men. He said he's going to try and send it down the channel. And he does, but Kadaz tries to head it on, but no one's even there to collect it. It's going to be a goal kick for the Steels. Stocksbridge defending that well, giving no options from the throw-in. And the Sheffield Wednesday team not being lively enough to make an option for him. Ian Richards very pleased with his team's defending from that one. So, Davison Hale going to take this one long here, going to be headed away by Ashman, but only headed right back by Curtis Turner, and the head tennis is on here before Pryor knocks it to ground. DeFalco trying to chest it and get it to ground, but well robbed by Sheffield Wednesday, and now it's Aguas who's well in from Lemon, but it's bouncing a bit awkwardly for him before Murray heads it away. Goodwin's now going to flick it on for Stocksbridge, but Poole can't get on the end of it, so it is a Wednesday throw-in here. Trial here is going to throw it back here to the trial 6, and now to another trialist here who's going to have plenty of time before launching a crossfield ball here onto the right-hand side here for Wednesday, and he's going to be faced up with trialist left back, and he's going to knock the ball off that trialist left back and get the attacking throw-in. It's taken quickly here, back to the right winger, who is, I think, straight out of play. Basically, it's going to be whatever it is. It's a free kick to Wednesday, so obviously it was the offside flag from a throw-in somehow. So we are 15 minutes into this game so far. It is 0-0 between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Sheffield Wednesday. No major chances yet. No no shots on target yet. Just news from one of our other teams in this league. Ossett United have taken a 1-0 lead against Barnsley FC under 23s as Davis's Hales ball is headed on by Murray, and now he's with Kanamatari, who's not been on the ball much, and he's almost found his man there, and it's actually, I think, a handball or free kick off. Basically, Stocksbridge have given away a foul of some sort, and Sheffield Wednesday will have a chance from the set piece there. The number 10 almost getting onto the end of it there, and this will be... So Sheffield Wednesday with a chance to step be about 40 yards out for the Steels. For Sheffield Wednesday, I mean, this free kick. They do have this trialist number 6 that Sheffield Wednesday have is a massive ladder, definitely a target to aim at. And it looks like it's the person he was aiming at, but Ross Goodwin, who is definitely a few inches shorter than him, was manhandling him a bit, and I think that's a case of when an experienced player like Goodwin just knows how to handle maybe a younger player who might have the build on him a bit more. Definitely, this is one of the positives of Sheffield Wednesday sending youngsters, and obviously Barnsley as well this weekend, to sides like Stocksbridge, is that they will face quite a few experienced players who may not have the same technical ability as them, but definitely have physicality and have played for years and years and have that experience which can matter so much in games. And the long ball from Davison Hale is going to just trickle out of play here. It's going to be a throw into Wednesday in their own half. Wednesday are starting to have more of the ball as the game goes on here. So it is going to be thrown on by Wednesday. Goodwin's going to get it and forgotten to Turner, who's trying to get his ball is blocked, and it's going to be a bit of head tennis, but Wednesday's unaware of their header, but Stocksbridge was quite unaware of their pass. It is now back with their trialist left back though, but it's well closed down by the trialist 10 for Sheffield Wednesday, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Steels on that far hand side, just behind the halfway line. So Sheffield Wednesday really testing Stocksbridge with their own type of pressing here before Oglesby's going to send one long, but it's going to be well cut out by the trialist number 2, and he's going to be he can't go anywhere forward, but if he does get the pass off, and Wednesday are going to try and find Kanamatari here, but Murray steps in front of it, pass it back to Davison Hale, who clears it really upfield for Curtis to clear. Curtis heads it on. DeFalco going to try and chase. Ashman's touch not the greatest, but he does get it back to Hall here. Hall is going to take it. DeFalco is continuing to close down, but Hall clears it out this time, but only to Turner, who's knocked it to Goodwin, but Goodwin's gone loose, and well, actually it's not good, it's Turner there who's left a few feet in there on the Wednesday man, and I think that would have been a booking had it been a senior competitive match. Seen a few of those from Stocksbridge. We actually have even seen a booking for a Stocksbridge player during pre-season. Jack Tinker getting booked against Buxton a few weeks ago. Long ball sent forward, gone over everyone's heads, including Kanamatari's and Lemon's. Both players appealing for it, but it came off Lemon's head last, so it is going to be a throw-in for Wednesday, which Aguas didn't think it was going to because he was leaving it. So I think even Wednesday was surprised at that decision. So going to send the throw-in here out to number 4, but it's another foul throw from Sheffield Wednesday there. Aguas not happy with that. That's the second foul throw that they've been penalised, to my knowledge here. Not something you see very often, definitely not twice in a game, but it does give the ball right back to Stocksbridge here. Down to Goodwin, back to Lemon, who does the crossfield ball to the trialist here, who's going to knock it forward for Gaz Curtis, who has some space front, but Curtis can't even get onto the end of it, and the ball's right back Wednesday. Some loose passing from Stocksbridge, letting them down here. But the closing down from Stocksbridge is letting him in here. DeFalco here is moved into the box on the left-hand side, tries to beat his man, tries to get to the byline, but it does come off. I thought it may have come off to Wednesday last. He's obviously got it off DeFalco last, and that closing down almost pays dividends for Stocksbridge, but Wednesday are able to recover. So we've seen this closing down from Stocksbridge really cause trouble for a lot of teams so far in pre-season, and it's even causing problems for Sheffield Wednesday here. Obviously the big difference between the two sides is not just the ages, so the fact that this Sheffield Wednesday side is full-time, whereas the Stocksbridge side is part-time. We do know that there was a behind closed doors game for Sheffield Wednesday early today against Bradford City. I'm not sure how many of these played in that game, but obviously the Stocksbridge players have come straight from work. That's the difference here today, as the trialist number 2 for Sheffield Wednesday here tries to push on forward. He's forced backwards. It's with Truman now. Will Truman force pass it backwards here to the trialist 4, back to the trialist 2, who again stumbles a bit, and that allows Pryor to come in with a big clearance, and it's the trialist thinks who's forced to now pass it back to Jack Hall. DeFalco's closing down, and Hall has to be quick to clear that way, and it's going to be headed for by Stocksbridge out for play. It is a Wednesday throw-in now. We are 21 minutes into this game so far, and it is 0-0 between the two sides. So, back with the Sheffield Wednesday defence, who throw it up, try to head it on, but intercepted by Stocksbridge. There's a little bit of a battle with the ball there before it goes out to play for a Stocksbridge throw-in on that right-hand side, right in front of the Belmain side. Belmain advertising audience. Do remember, if you want to have your business seen by hundreds of people who watch our highlights every week, do get in touch with rpg.sps@mail.com for an advertising board, or you'll get a quote from him right away. And if you have any specific advertising requests, do get in touch. We are willing to accommodate. Stocksbridge on the ball right now as they knock the ball forward, and it's just over the head of DeFalco. The trials number 6 is going to just cover it before Curtis can nip in. Is back with Ashman now, knocks it to the right-hand side, just keeps it in, appeals from the Stocksbridge team that it was a throw, but not given, and then Wednesday send a very, very aimless ball out, and it was closer to our ball boys over on the opposite side of the ground than it was any of our players. It's thrown out to Curtis, who tries to flick it over the defence, but no one really aimed at either. And Sheffield Wednesday do clear it up, headed on by the number 10, but Oglesby clears it right back up. Only 2 done, though, who pass it out, and Wednesday are passing once themselves. They knock it forward for Kadamatari to head it on, but that's to no one in particular, and Oglesby gathers and passes it back to Davison Hale, who knocks it right out of play here for a throw into Sheffield Wednesday. So this will be while this is the first team that Sheffield Wednesday first Owls team that Stocksbridge are taking on this season, it isn't going to be the last Owls team. We are facing what is, to my knowledge, the only other Owls in England, Cleethorpes Town, later on this season. Will be one of the contenders for promotion, I'm sure, just like Sheffield Wednesday this season. As it is Wednesday passing amongst their own defence. They're going to look for Aguas with that ball, but Lemon cuts it out and clears it away. Back to Cisse, who passes it to the number 6 trials. Now through to Truman. Going to take the ball a bit before getting to Aguas on the left wing. Truman's looking for the overlap here. Aguas is going to take it himself, tries to slip into Kadamatari. Murray has cleared that away, and actually Kadamatari is holding on to Murray, so he gets the free kick as well. So it is back for Davison Hale to take it, as couldn't just hear someone shouting, "Come on, Truman." Don't know if that was from his own coaching bench or from one of the Wednesday fans here, or probably even his own mum or dad. So Davison Hale is going to clear this ball up. Yeah, takes it long, looking for Poole, who is headed away here by Cisse. He's going to look for the second header, but Goodwin gets that one. It's headed out for what's going to be a Wednesday throw. So it's not been the most thrilling game here at Brackenmore this evening. There's not been any clear-cut chances, nothing really to talk about yet, no major incidents. But it is 24 minutes gone now, and it is 0-0 between the Steels and the Owls. And it is going to be Cisse who puts the throw on. It's going to be headed on into the centre of the field. It's with Truman now, who's going to skate Pryor really well here. Truman's going to look on the right-hand side here, but well cut out by the trialist left back for Stocksbridge, who is going to clear this one upfield to DeFalco. Takes the touch, flicked on to Turner, who is cut out there, and he's went back on the ball, but while they try and get to Aguas, it comes off his shin there, and it goes to Lemon, who takes the quick throw into Poole, who tries to get over the head of Cisse. He sends a bit of trickery, gets onto the right-hand side, trying to get to the byline, puts the cross in Poole, headed away by Wednesday, appeals for a handball, not given, and Wednesday are able to get the ball away. The appeals for a handball very light. It was behind a post for me, so I couldn't see it. And it is now back with the trialist 4, who puts it onto this right-hand side for Sheffield Wednesday. Is back with the trialist 4 now, who escapes the tackle of DeFalco, back with the trialist 6 for Wednesday. Gets it onto Aguas on the left-hand side, who puts it inside for Truman, who tries to find Kamatari. Murray's down on the ground as he tried to get it away, but Kamatari's forced to pass it backwards to Dunn, who looks onto the right-hand side here for Wednesday. Now back with Dunn now, with Truman as they pass it across in the centre here. Truman escapes the challenger Gooding, now escapes the challenger Pryor, but he can't go anywhere else. He's forced to pass it onto the right-hand side. The cross is going to go in. Ogilvy's clearance is sliced. It's in the 6-yard box, but Davison Hale claims it with Kamatari lurking there. And it's rolled out here to the trials left back. Could have been a dangerous one there with how good Kamatari has been over the last year for the Wednesday youth side. Poole heads it back into the centre midfield. Pryor is going to get down onto that brave head from him. Get past it onto Turner, who's going to look for the trialist left back here. We're going to knock it forward for Gaz Curtis now. Curtis here going to have the ball completely robbed off him there. And now it's with Sheffield Wednesday, who tried to carry it away. And as Stocksbridge do get standing tackling, it's going to be a free kick for Wednesday. It's passed back to the goal kick here. And it's Wednesday with the ball. We're just being visited here by Alan Bethel here. Say hello to our fans at home. Alan Bethel, the former chairman of Stocksbridge Park Steels. Just here visiting the commentary desk here up at Bracketmoor. And then it's Wednesday on the attack here, through to Kamatari. Here's with a bit of space. Murray closing down, but Kamatari escapes it, takes a shot off. Davison Hale with an impressive save. And that's the first shot on target of the game. Back here with Aguas now. The attack is still on for Wednesday. Aguas puts the cross in. Headed on by Kamatari, and this time it is wide. And that was our first shot on target here with 27 minutes gone in this game. Kamatari got the space. Murray hadn't closed him down enough. He takes a shot, but Davison Hale is able to do the diving header away. So it is back with Davison Hale for the goal kick there. A bit of liveliness, and that is why Bailey Kamatari is being chased by quite a few Premier League clubs, including West Ham United and Brighton and Hove Albion. Well, if you believe the paper talk anyway. So it is cleared out play here, headed on there by Goodwin. And it is Wednesday who get onto it there. It's with Aguas, who tries a little back heel, but Lemons got onto and robbed it off him. It completely miskicked it there. Lemons going to send it for Poole to try and get on the end of. Poole here being faced up with Cisse, and a bit of a shove in there, and it's going to actually be a throw into Wednesday there. So it's worth throwing here too, and it's actually going to be a bit of a stoppage in play, as it looks like Curtis Turner for Stocksbridge has a bit of an injury here. So it's back with Turner. So Sam Ewens is getting his first run out. It's been a while actually. Nice to see him back out there. We've also can see Pete Golstro's returned from his holiday, so he's back on the coach's sideline as the teams here come and get some water here. So we'll try and see what we've just seen. Pontefract have taken the lead actually in their game from Adam Priestley, the Gibraltar international. Well, and the England game will have just kicked off as well. And just thank you for everyone who is listening, whether you are a Stocksbridge fan or a Sheffield Wednesday fan tuning in. If you are a Wednesday fan and Wednesday aren't playing at home, do come up and give us a try. Our tickets for the season are going to be only £8. It's a great way to spend a Saturday afternoon up here. We do love seeing you here. You will get addicted to non-league if you come up, because just for the price of it and the fun of the games, you will absolutely love it. And we'd love to see you up here. We're loving seeing all these Wednesday fans up here today, just having a taste of what Brackenmore is like. As I can see that our team that we faced on Saturday are losing 2-1 to Bradford City. That's Eccleshill losing 2-1 to Bradford City. I presume that's a Bradford City 11. As Wednesday will now get the ball back throwing, and Curtis Turner back on the field. And I'm back to Oglesby, who knocks it forward here for Poole. Poole's going to get the cross in, but it's over everyone's heads and out for a goal kick. And Poole is starting to have a bit of luck down that right-hand side for Stocksbridge. That's the second time he's been able to actually get a cross off, been able to get the beating off Cisse and be able to do something with the ball, but this time that cross was completely off target and not really aimed at anyone in particular. So it will be back with Jack Hall for the goal kick, who's not seen as much action in this game just yet. Not being forced into a save anyway, but taken quite a few goal kicks so far. As it's booted out here by Hall. It's going to be Pryor who gets the header onto it. As there has actually now been a substitution made for Stocksbridge Park Steels, with Alex O'Connor coming on for Curtis Turner. So we'll just try and update that on our little sheet here. That if you don't know the teams for this game, to be honest, I'm not reading out for you because it is all on the YouTube channel on the thing, and you can also check our social media accounts out where Sheffield Wednesday have released their team, and we've also released ours on our Twitter. Do give us a follow on Twitter if you don't already do so as well, and give us a subscribe on the YouTube channel as well. You'll see all our highlights on here as Canberra tried to escape Telly Murray, can't there, and now Poole here, there's a chance for a counter here. Poole here with lots of space, he's trying to find the pass through, but it's off target and well intercepted by Ashman, who has cleared it away. And it's a shame there because I think a chance was on. And that's Kadmatari, who's completely broke the offside trap for Sheffield Wednesday. He's going one-on-one. He takes the finish, but it's well saved by a diving Davison Hale, who's claimed it in his hands. And that was probably a big chance for Kadmatari to really take the lead for Sheffield Wednesday, but he doesn't take it. His curling finish there is not far enough away from the goalkeeper, and it is going to remain 0-0 here with 32 minutes gone in this game. So it's cleared out there by Stocksbridge, and a bit of head tennis as Murray heads it away, but then back to Cisse, who heads it away over the top of Kadmatari, but it's going to be Murray who collects it before looking for Poole to try and chase, but Cisse's there, passes it through to Truman, who gets it through to Kadmatari. He's here on the left wing here, and he's well robbed by Poole, who escapes his challenge as well and puts it through to Lemon. Lemon here is going to knock it onto, try and get it to Goodwin, but the overlap doesn't work. It's out to play here for Wednesday to claim the ball back. That passing just not working for Stocksbridge as of yet, as it's actually a throwing to Stocksbridge. Must come off a steal, a Wednesday player last. I'm not getting those throw-ins right down that right-hand side today at the moment. So it's going to be, can Stocksbridge try and build something? We haven't seen a shot on target from Stocksbridge yet. They've not been able to break through this defence, as that throw-in is headed away, and it is Dunn who manages to properly get away, but it's the Trials left-back who gets it, cuts inside, and it's well stopped there by Dunn, stops the Trialist left-back from getting ever further forward. It's going to go to back here to the Trialist left-back to take. Throws it short and back to him, but Wednesday get there before he can get back to him, and he's cleared it, but he's with Elliot Murray now on his first game since his signing. To Oglesby, who knocked it forward, but it's no in particular. Hall's going to claim that with some ease. It's 33 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0 between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Sheffield Wednesday. So it's cleared out here by Jack Hall. He's looking for the trap for Aguas here, but Lemon heads it away, cleared it out. Only back to the number 6 trialist for Wednesday, though, who's cleared for, and that's only to Stocksbridge's own trialist, who heads it away. Heads it actually back quite smartly to Davison Hale, who's looking to calm his side down a bit after they conceded a couple of chances. Cleared away now to DeFalco. DeFalco pass it is tackled here, and Wednesday tried to get on the attack, but can't. Stocksbridge do intercept quite well, and it is now passed back to Davison Hale, who clears it right upfield. DeFalco is going to be the one to try and keep it in play, but he can't. Ashman there covering well, and it's going to be a throw-in to the Owls. Just on the right-hand side here for Wednesday now. Take the throw-in forward, and it's just going to go ahead of one of the Wednesday players. It is with their number 7, Truman now, who knocks it off a Stocksbridge player and gets a throw-in further up, just inside the Steel's half now, as Wednesday settle into the complete classic non-league of quite a lot of throw-ins and edging slowly forward. Not forward here to the trialist 10, who's not seen as much of him recently, and he is tackled here. And it is now with O'Connor, who tried to get it forward, but he's intercepted his pass. And Goodwin here will get penalised for just coming right into the Wednesday midfielder there. So it is going to be on the halfway line for Wednesday, a free kick. knocked it forward here, and it's going to be the Trials number 4 who charges forward quite well before, well, almost robbed by DeFalco, still on the ball, gets it onto the right-hand side for Wednesday. He's going to now slip it through here to the byline, crosses block, corner kick Wednesday. Well blocked there by Cody Pryor there, stopping the ball from causing any problems in the centre of the box. So it is 37 minutes in this. 37 minutes have gone in this game before we can get started with this corner kickers. They're just having a little break because he's having to go get the ball himself. The ball boys aren't going that far out, as the old cricket pitch means there's quite a lot of space behind the goal to go have to fetch these balls from time to time. Corner kick on the right-hand side, looking like it's going to be an in-swinger for Wednesday. It is taken, and it's going to be headed on, and it's 1-0 Wednesday. Joel Ashman for the Owls. Stocksbridge have not been strong from these set pieces during pre-season, and Ashman there, one of the bigger lads on the pitch, gets onto it and heads it in. It's 1-0 Sheffield Wednesday. Joel Ashman, the newly professional lad, gets the goal for the Owls, and Stocksbridge will be disappointed to concede from a set piece there, especially as traditionally in these games against youthful professional sides, it's the set pieces where the opposition, the semi-pro side, have more luck from usually being bigger and a bit more experienced at them, so that will be especially disappointing. Well worked set piece though, but DeFalco here will kick the game off, back to Pryor, who's going to immediately look for Poole on the right wing, back with Cisse here, whose clearance is closed down by Gooden, and so it goes back to Lemon here, who missed kicks, and that allows Aguas to rob him, and now back to Truman, knocks it through to Kamatari, now back to Aguas on the left. Lemon completely misses with the sliding challenge, and it's Aguas closing up on Murray. Aguas puts it into the box, but it's cleared away by O'Connor. Wednesday now with all the energy and all the momentum as we close in on the half-time whistle. I think it's 37 minutes gone after that opening goal from the Owls. So, but the throwing goes back to Goodwin, who clears it up, and it's going to be Gaz Curtis, who tries to cause trouble for the defence here, is holding on to the trials number 6, who in the end can only pass it right out to play. So it is, we're now back to throwing for Lemon, who throws it to Pryor, who tries to look for the crossfield pass for the trials left back, who does find it, but he is tackled as he takes a step forward, and now Wednesday are going 3-on-3. The trialist 10 closing in on Oglesby. He's being now covered by the trialist left back, and that seems to have forced him off his run there, and that allows Oglesby to tackle him, and it's clear, but only back to Wednesday, who take the shot, and it's going low and wide there. Just a scoreline from one of the teams in our division. Grimsby Borough have just got one back against Grimsby Town. They're now losing 3-2. Ollie Kendall scoring for Grimsby Borough, as Davison Hale prepares to take this goal kick. So Wednesday now leading, looking like they could lead before at half-time after taking that 1-0 lead through Joel Ashman. Here. Davison Hale will knock the ball forward here. He's looking for Gaz Curtis. It's over his head. DeFalco tries to get onto it, but nothing doing. It's out of the play for a Wednesday throw-in. With their number 4, it takes a bit too heavy touching the ball. That did allow Stockbridge to nick him, but their touch was heavy as well. Wednesday have passed it back to Jack Hall now. DeFalco not giving up on it before Hall clears it up. It's going over everyone's head, and it's actually going to bounce in, and Kanamatari's onto it, and he does get it on the left wing. Murray's going to look to try and get it. Murray is with Kanamatari now, and Murray wins out. He knocks the ball off Kanamatari. It's still in play. Lemon has to knock it forward. Poole has to knock it sideways, but he's latched onto by Dunn, and he is fouled by Goodwin. Going to be a free kick here to Sheffield Wednesday. Free kick about 25 yards out. Good free kick position. I think they were initially looking with Bobby Dunn standing over the ball for the quick one, but that didn't happen for them as it was being tracked by the Stocksbridge defence. And it is now Dunn who is looking like with his left foot is going to, well, we'll see what he could do. He has two options. He can curl it in. There's plenty of players to aim at of who Sheffield Wednesday men who've come forward, or he could have the go, and Davison Hill has left some space on that near side of the goal. Takes a shot, it's drilled across the goal and wide. Bouncing ball was never looking like it was going to be on target for Wednesday. So back with Davison Hale, as Wednesday really have been the better side, especially since the goal there. So back with Davison Hale to take, who will take his time. Well, he has to go back and get the ball himself first, so he'll take his time before taking it. So before he takes it, just a reminder, if you aren't a member of Stocksbridge Park Steels, do remember to join up online. It is £60 a year to be a member. You get access to our prize draw. That's once a month. There are free prizes available every month, and you will be able to see our remaining pre-season games, which include games against Barnsley and Glossop North End, for free. So it is back with Wednesday now on the right hand side. They're number 2, who has shown just as much attacking as he has defensive. Pass it centrally to Dunn, who pass it back to the trials forward. He's going to try the crossfield ball here to Aguas. Aguas here going to try and pass inwards. It's evaded, good inside challenge, but Pryor stepped in to collect it back with Lemon, who has to just chip it forward to Poole, who does the proper clear. He's looking for DeFalco, but he is pushed in the back by the number 6, and that's why it's going to be a free kick to Stocksbridge here on the halfway line. Now Pryor's going to take the long ball quickly, trying to outfox Wednesday's defence, but he's headed back to O'Connor here. After Wednesday had initially dealt with it, and they deal with O'Connor's little run as well. It's now with the number 2, and the attack is on for Wednesday here, who's going to try and thread the ball here for their number 10, but it is being covered by Oglesby, who's passed it back to Davison Hale, who almost is stopped by the number 10. Plays it up, O'Connor tries to flick it on, it's blocked by the number 6, but it's gone to Poole, who passed it away from the charge, who cleared up, and it's right into Thomas Poole's nether regions, and he's going to take a bit of time to get up there. Stockbridge still on the ball. Well, no sympathy from the rest of the team there. Poole is back up now. So you do usually see balls in the pool, but not in that way. As Sheffield Wednesday do get that tackle on, it is now with Truman, who carries the ball away, but his pass is blocked by Poole, but only back to the trial 6. Now with Cisse, who pass it back to Dunn, and Curtis is going to carry on closing down, but Hall gets it away fairly quickly. Hall's learnt his lesson from one of that closing down earlier on in the game, as the trialist here. He's actually robbed the ball, but again, it's just Stocksbridge's heavy touches are stopping him. Before Pryor gets a sliding challenge in, stops Wednesday in their tracks, but it is still with Wednesday now, with Truman here. Truman's going to push forward here, finds Aguas on the left-hand side. We're in to the area near the box now. He's looking to try and get in the box, facing up with Lemon, passes it to Truman, slips into Caratari, looks for the 1-2 with Truman, but well muscled out by Jordan Lemon. Ball clear, but not very far, only to the far hand side where number 2 is, who's cut inside here. Back to the trialist 4, who's got it to Dunn now. Dunn here, going to take a step forward, going to take the shot. It's come off Pryor there, and it's going to be a corner kick for Sheffield Wednesday, and actually Pryor is staying down after that knock as well. So now Ossett United have taken a 2-0 lead against Barnsley FC under 23s. So it's going to be a corner kick here for Wednesday, and Pryor is back to his feet now. He's not going to be going off, so that's good news for Stocksbridge, though Pryor won't have many more minutes on the pitch. He is being replaced at the half-time break. We will have a slightly different Stocksbridge team coming out for the second half, though we are going to see some more players get a full 90 as we see Ian just narrow down his squad a bit more. Corner goes in, halfway cleared by Stocksbridge, not fully though. DeFalco gets onto it and is able to get the proper clearance on. Poole's fighting it out with Wednesday here, and he's going to be hauled down to the ground. No free kick given. Curtis is going to try and get it forward, but he can't. DeFalco comes in with a tackle, and that's allowed Poole to get on the ball. Pass it centrally to O'Connor, who touch it away, is actually knocked away by Wednesday, and a free kick is going to be given just on the edge of the centre circle for Stocksbridge. So it's going to be crossfield ball here from Pryor onto that left-hand side where it is, I think maybe Oglesby there, he's tackled though, and is that going to be a corner given? Just looking, I don't think Stocksbridge are expecting it, so nope. I don't think the Lions even unveiled his flag for that one. Just on a note, it seems we have Wednesday fans listening. The person who scored for Ossett against Barnes is actually Brad Beatson, a former Wednesday Youth Academy graduate. And it is going to be back now with Jack Hall to take the goal kick as we should have half-time any moment now. And there we go, the opposite of the commentator's curse, as Sheffield Wednesday are leading 1-0 here against Stocksbridge Park Steels. The goal coming from a corner kick, which Stocksbridge have struggled with it during pre-season. A header from Joel Ashman giving the Owls the lead here. It's half-time here, 1-0 to the Owls, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. We do go mute for this time, so we'll see you then. Hello and welcome back to Brecon Moor for this match between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Sheffield Wednesday. The score right now is 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday, a free header for Joel Ashman from a set piece. We've seen the Steels struggle during pre-season from set pieces, and this time Ashman, who's just signed a new professional contract with Sheffield Wednesday, has ended up scoring the goal. Well, so I'm going to be your commentator for this game. If you missed the first half, I'm Adam Allcroft. I'm the usual commentator here at Stocksbridge Park Steels, so anytime anyone wants to listen to the game here, they have to listen to me, I'm afraid. You don't get Adam Oxley or Rob Staten, I'm afraid, today for Wednesday fans. You get me and no one else. So there has been a few changes for Stocksbridge during that half. Let me just take you through a few of them. We have seen Josh Millen has come on. He's coming on for Cody Pryor. We've also seen some trialists come on. One has come on for Gaz Curtis, and one has come on for Luca DeFalco. Alex O'Connor was also a planned substitute for this time, but he obviously came on early due to Curtis Turner's injury. So we're just getting ready as one of the trialists for Stocksbridge, it's the trialist for the ones who are listening who know as well. He has been really impressive during pre-season. And he passes it back to Millen as we begin. So Stocksbridge in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, blue socks, kicking from right to left, while Stocksbridge immediately on the go there, and it's one of the other trialist wingers here who's immediately earned a free kick just almost on the corner of the box. So an early opportunity for Wednesday as we kick off here at 20:32. Exactly 15 minutes, ain't that good timing? So it's a great opportunity. Alex O'Connor and the trialist both standing over it. O'Connor looking to do an in-swinger, the trialist looking to do an out-swinger here. Loads of Stocksbridge people forward as they look to try and use some of their extra height to their advantage from this set piece. Here we go. So the trialist swings it in. It's a really good cross. It's just about headed away by Wednesday. Really teasing ball in, and Wednesday did well to get rid of it. And the number 10's trying to get the counter-attack. He uses the boards on the opposite side to propel the momentum, and he's got him halfway up the pitch. He's going to look for the crossfield ball here, looking for Bobby Dunn on the right wing. He's in the box, Bobby Dunn on that right-hand side. He puts a pass in for the striker. He's trying to turn, takes the shot. It's blocked. And it's Lemon who's on the ball now, and his clearance is blocked and charged down, and Wednesday headed back into the box. Dunn's going to get it here close to the byline. Here he's just trying to see what he can do with it while being closed down by two men. He does slip it through, but Goodwin gets the tackle in, and now Stockbridge can try and get away, but they just about do, and Millen gets the big ball away there. So both teams right on it straight away from the second half. I was just saying, Sheffield Wednesday are kicking from left to right in the blue and white striped shirts, black shorts and black socks in this game. Obviously, and for kit watchers, it is, I believe, the old Sheffield Wednesday kit today. As the trialist striker for Stocksbridge, who's been playing on the wing mostly during these friendlies, almost nicks the ball right off the trialist centre back there. So it is now back with the defence here for Sheffield Wednesday. Pass it through to Dunn, who does one touch to Kanamatari. Back to Dunn here. And you can see the 10's appealing for the ball here, and he's lost the ball through to number 10, but Davison Hales out of his goal, sweeps up, gets it, and we have some news. England are winning 1-0 against Sweden. Beth Mead scoring in that semi-final over at, well, do I call it Bramall Lane with Sheffield Wednesday fans listening? I suppose I kind of have to, as it's the Euros. Make it your own name up. And so good news there from the Euros. England winning against Sweden there. Wednesday on the ball here. And right here, the other team that play in yellow and blue are also losing, with Stocksbridge losing 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Back with Jack Hall, whose clearance is blocked by the trialist winger, but it does go to Wednesday, and that trialist winger almost nicks it off the number 2 here. The trialist winger who's also had some performances. He did score after slide tackling the goalkeeper last week against Belper Town. As Wednesday do clear that out, but Murray's going to head it away, so some 48 minutes gone in this game. It is 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park to Sheffield Wednesday, I'm afraid. Look, it's my pre-season too. Let me offer it. As Wednesday there, some really nice passing here, and it's Truman who's trying to take the ball forward. He passes it sideways. Now it's back with Cisse at left back. Now to the trialist 4. Going to look for the crossfield ball, looking for the trialist 2, whose touch is just let him down there, and it's gone out of play. Good idea. Didn't work on that one. So it's now back with the trialist left back for Stocksbridge, who has impressed in this game, but not really seen much of him just yet, other than a few tidy touches. So, free kick to Stocksbridge there after foul. They're going to try and look for the crossfield ball, looking for Greaves, but it's just too short. Headed away there by Cisse. He's going to try and knock it forward to Aguas, who's trying to look for the 10 here. And Murray not trying to knock it off for him for the goal kick, and he does. It's actually well played there by Elliot Murray, who I think is having a very tidy game in the centre of defence. Just to let you know, we had been on a very good defensive streak until that goal from Joel Ashman. Harrison Davison Hale had not conceded in over 180 minutes before that goal from Ashman. He'd been very impressive in that, very calm, especially under a lot of pressure that Eccleshill put him under with some of the balls they put into the box. Just in another local non-league fixture, one of the other teams that are playing tonight, knowing that most people are watching the England game now. Hallam are beating Swallownest 1-0. As Stocksbridge headed it on and flicked it on, and it looks like the trialist striker's going to get onto it, but to be honest, I was waiting for that. The offside flag has come up. Thank you, Elliot. Yes, I do. It's 1-0 to England. Beth Mead scoring. I'm aware of absolutely everything from my commentary post at Brackenmore. There is no place better connected. See, that's why you can just listen here rather than watching the match, because I'll tell you the score. So, flip back to Jack Hall here. Now back to the trial 6, who's almost went back into his own goal there a bit, but he's back with Hall, who's way out of his own goal. I mean, I'm actually urging the Stocksbridge players to close him down because, and they are now, and eventually I think Wednesday are trying to test themselves on how to beat the press, basically, and Stocksbridge are trying on the press, and they have won it on the right wing here with a trialist striker here, passing it here to O'Connor, tries to flick it through, tries to get back to O'Connor, but the tackle's there, and, well, Stocksbridge's press, and almost goes under Hall's feet and over the line. There, and Stocksbridge have won it here. The trialist left wing here, trying to cut inside, takes a shot, but he just can't wrap his foot round it. It's well wide of the goal. It's a decent effort, but well, when Stocksbridge close down in these numbers, with using like 5 players to close the defence, even a professional defence like this are having some real trouble breaking it. The idea behind this is that if you are a centre back or a defender at this level, you probably can't play from the back like maybe the teams in the Championship, the Premier League can. We're seeing even League One teams struggle with it. So if Stocksbridge can crack this press, really get it, and it is difficult because you've got to have a lot of fitness and a lot of determination, and you've got to really work on it to make sure you don't have it beaten. But if Stocksbridge can pull this off, it can really cause some damage to non-league sides this season, because it's causing some real problems for Sheffield Wednesday at times this year. And Stocksbridge get that header off, and it's the number 19 who tries to head it on for Stocksbridge, but it's just a bit behind the striker there, and it is Wednesday who collects it with Cisse now. Just so you know, it looks like it's like a 3-5-2 that Sheffield Wednesday are played in this game, as Goodwin commits the foul there on the trialist centre-back. It's like Cisse, Ashman and the number 6 here, who are in the centre-back, with Aguas and the number 2 here as your wing-backs. The long ball goes forward from Wednesday, but it's a bit aimless, and he goes back to Davison Hale, though. Davison Hale does slice his clearance, and there could be an opportunity for Wednesday here, but the header from the number 2 trials doesn't really work out, but Wednesday's still on the ball, trying to get it through. It's with their number 10 now, gets it right to their defender, who just miscontrols it again, and he has been let down by his touch, this trials number 2, on a few occasions now, especially in the second half, and because Wednesday do work themselves into good opportunities, but just seem to let themselves have a touch. But then again, it's been the same for Stocksbridge, who've let themselves down with some of their passing. It is back with Davison Hale now, who's going to look for the long ball. He's looking for the trialist winger here, but it's come off the back of Goodwin there, and Wednesday gather it again with the trialist 4. Now with Bobby Dunn. Dunn's going to carry it over the halfway line before putting it through to Kamatari, who looks like he's going to beat Oglesby with some footwork here. He's through, he's getting his shirt pulled well. He's going to get it onto the left-hand side with Aguas. Aguas cuts inside, but the tackle goes in, and it's going to be claimed by Davison Hill there as the ball goes loose. And Kamatari showing some of his talent there. He hasn't really, apart from like that decent shot and maybe going clear, he hasn't shown too much yet in this game, but he is a dangerous player. I think in one of the games he scored like 5 goals last season for Kamatari in one of the youth games. Very impressive young forward. As Wednesday are back on the ball here now. Get out to their number 2, and State keeps the ball despite a tough tackle from the trial winger, and a bit of shirt pulling there from O'Connor gives the foul to Sheffield Wednesday. Free kick to them now. So it's back with their Joel Ashman now, who passes it back to the number 6. And his touch is poor, though he's going to be closed down by the striker, just can't get onto it first. Is with the number 3 now, Trialist, whose passes completely off target and gives an easy throw in back to Sheffield Wednesday. Takes the throw in down to Clark Greaves, who hasn't had really much of a touch yet, and he's been out-muscled there by Cisse. And he's going to try and get the ball back off him. Cisse just keeping him away. 2 men on it now, and Stocksbridge have won the ball up high the field, and they knock the ball off the Wednesday defender, and it's going to be a throw in there for the Steels, very close to the corner flag. So, and I can see the Wednesday players haven't done the scouting because they say long throw, long throw, long throw. I've not seen a long throw from this Stocksbridge side all pre-season, but then again, Lemon does look like he's going to do it, so maybe he's right. So we're going to see a preview of the first appearance of a long throw this summer for him, and here he goes. Headed on, and it's actually almost spilled by Jack Hall. It's headed on there by Goodwin. Hall had to grab it with one hand, haul it in, very close there to being, well, headed in there, and it's all gone up to the opposite side of the pitch where Davison Hale is going to clear it up. It's headed away by the tries number 2, but only back to O'Connor, who knocks it forward, and it's going to be a foot race between Ashman and the 17, but it's gone on Ashman's side. It's actually going to go out for a throw-in as well. I think Stocksbridge are looking better in this second half, in my opinion. As it's going to be the number 2 taking his time, and he takes throwing shot. I think that may well have been a foul throw, but not given this time. It's intercepted on through, puts it forward. It's going to bounce. Oakley Millen tries to get his way through for Stocksbridge, but is cleared, and it is now being cleared. And it's number 17 trying to turn around. No foul given. It's now with the number 19 who tries to turn. He bounces off him in all positions. Sheffield Wednesday trying to clear, still in the box. The number 19 for Stocksbridge trying to get through 2 men, and Wednesday do just about tackle and clear it away. Could have easily given away a foul. The number 3 here gets a tackle and stops it advancing further, and Goodwin shoulder barges the number 4 for Wednesday, and it gains a free kick. So Wednesday Stocksbridge are looking quite dangerous in this second half, especially through these 2, well, striker and winger here, who were also very lively against Eccleshill as well on the weekend. So do feel, if you are on YouTube, do feel free to comment and just say you are. I'll try and shout you out if you are. Do like seeing as many comments as possible on the YouTube thing, because if you actually comment, it is an easy way of helping us, because it actually spreads the live stream more because of how YouTube algorithms work. Stocksbridge tried to head on a ball after heading away. It is Ashman covering well. Ashman looking a very tidy defender, able to deal with the pressure coming from these trialist forwards from the Steels. It is back with Jack Hall now, as it's now going through, but Stocksbridge almost intercepted midfield, but is with this number 10 now, who's going to spread it out right to the number 2 trialist for Wednesday. He's cut inside, he's beat his man here, puts it in, it's on the edge of the area for Wednesday, but Millen gets in well, and now Goodwin's going to carry the ball away. The counter is on for Stocksbridge. Going to get it to Greaves. It's just held back, and Wednesday have got some men back. It's going to bounce. Goodwin's just going to come off back of Goodwin's foot there, actually, and Taz going to get the ball away, but O'Connor's intercepted, gets it to Goodwin on the right wing. The ball is bouncing a bit awkwardly. Goodwin's going to keep it in, hooks it back to O'Connor, actually, gets it back down to ground to Greaves, who passed back to Millen here. He's going to put it forward here now to Lemon. Lemon's going to cut inside to Goodwin, back to Lemon. Lemon's going to put the ball in, headed away though by Wednesday, but it is back with the trialist number 3 for Stocksbridge, who's going to try the ball through to Goodwin, who's going to try and head it back into the box, but no one's gambled on it really, and Hall's able to claim that. And there are 3 ballers. It was Joel Ashman who scored for Sheffield Wednesday in the first half from a corner kick, free header there, as Stocksbridge back on the ball here. Hi there, Stuart. There's no video highlights in pre-season. We will start our highlights with the FA Cup match against Golcar a week on Saturday. Poor pass from Stocksbridge there, stop the attacking instead. And the ball, good falls bound. Kadamatari is going to go clear and go. What a challenge though from Oglesby. Stopped Panamatari. He has got the ball back, but he's had to pass it back here to Truman. Now with Dunn, he's going to pass it to the number 4 here, who's got plenty of space to run into. Goodwin misses his challenge. Millen sort of half gets it, but it is still with him. Gets it onto the right wing for the number 2s on the overlap, and they try to get the cross in, but it's blocked off there by the Stocksbridge Rangers defender. Just seen 2 players warm up for Sheffield Wednesday. One is Leo Davidson, who is a very impressive wing back for the Owls, and I'm going to be honest, a player I'm never going to pronounce his name. As Stocksbridge have a ball bounce favourite in attack, they've got a few men forward. The trialist is going to do a crossfield ball here, looking for the other trialist winger. He's got to pass it back to the other trialist left back. Quite a few trialists here, and they're linking up at the moment. The trialist left back is going to try and find the 17. He's going to be out-muscled a bit there, and Wednesday are able to head it away. Is with Dunn now. Yeah, so Mutada Al-Jahadami. I do apologise. That's a great ball there to Kanamatari. He tries to take the finish first time, but it is right at Davison Hill. The ball there was absolutely magical, but the finish wasn't there, as the number 3 here for Stocksbridge puts it forward to the number 19, who manages to resist Ashman, and he outturns Ashman, gets barged in the back, and that's the free kick here for Stocksbridge. Not everyone deserves a shout out. So it is a free kick here, just inside the Sheffield Wednesday half now. Just like you know, it's half time at Bramall Lane, when England leading 1-0 as Sheffield Wednesday have made their substitutes. I haven't seen who's gone off here. I'll have to switch it out there, but Leo Davidson and Mutada Al-Jahadami. I am mispronouncing that, and I do apologise. The number 3's put the ball into the box, but Hall's going to claim that with bitter ease. Come on. Throws it out to here to Leo Davidson, and he's already causing trouble with his pace, but his pass is intercepted. Now out to Clark Greaves, who's going to cut it centrally, and no one's there for that pass, and it is now back with Bobby Dunn. Puts it through here to Davidson, and now it's back in defence. Davidson's taking up that position on the left wing, and looks like Al-Jahadami has gone up front. I think he's replaced Kanamatari here, so I will change those teams on the thing. Number 2 is going to cut it centrally. That pass is right to Goodwin there, and Goodwin's going to get it onto the right-hand side where Greaves is. So Greaves here, going to look for the trial swing runs. Well, he's in centre forward. He's looking for Goodwin on the overlap, but I think Goodwin thinks he's a bit quicker than he is, because if he was quick, he would have been on top. Because he's not, it's with Jack Hall in the net. So we will try and change this away team now, just so you have the accurate team on there. Back to Stocksbridge here. It's just gone under the feet of the number 19, and he's been robbed of the ball by Al-Jahadami. He's actually on the floor like a spider, keeping the ball away from him, and now the other trialist is on it. Gets it to the trialist left back. He's got Goodwin in the box to aim at. He is aiming it there, but he's looked to the near post, and Hall's going to claim it. So back with Hall now, who's going to take his time before restarting this game. So is now just back in the Sheffield Wednesday defence as they look to get a double in. But Goodwin's right in with a tackle there. He just about escapes it though. They're well played there from Al-Jahadami. Well, Davidson, I'm sorry. Davidson, really impressive play. Scored against Stocksbridge last season in this friendly, where Sheffield Wednesday came back from 2-0 behind to win 3-2 in that game. Tis now with Bobby Dunn, whose pass is absolutely to no one. It's actually to the trialist here for Stocksbridge, and he's pressing forward. He's been pressed all the way by Al-Jahadami, and he's going to eventually, the foul's going to be created on Stocksbridge there, and when it is Stocksbridge will get a free kick from about 35 yards out. I think it was Paulo Aguas who's gone off, but if I get that wrong, I will correct myself, of course. So, thank you very much. We have the trial step back who's going to... It's actually further back than I thought it was. He's given the foul on the edge of the centre circle. Ball's going to go in. Aimed at the far end of the 6-yard box. Sheffield Wednesday have not cleared it yet, but they got the first header onto it. It's just been caught in the box here. They can't get it away, Wednesday. They're actually passing the way out of trouble, and it's worked there. Very well done from Sheffield Wednesday. Ball's gone long, headed back, and Davidson's trying to cause a problem. Davison lashed onto it. Big flying challenge from the number 3, and it's going to be given here. That free kick, I was wondering, because he did get the ball, but I think maybe being out of control there, he might have got penalised, and I think Lee Hibble, our referee, wants to have a talk with him. Our usual pre-season ref, Lee. Good lad. Good local lad. We do like seeing him here at Brackenmore. Quick free kick taken for Sheffield Wednesday. That was a proper non-league tackle, though, that Davidson's just been introduced to. One that did look a bit more like it would have been a flying leg kick that Hulk Hogan would have used. Ball's been slipped in here by Stocksbridge, and the number 17 for Seals almost got in there. It's continuing to close down Hall, but Hall passes it way back to Ashman. 17 looking really lively, just doesn't stop working. He's great fun to watch, just a really enjoyable player. And that pass was loose from Wednesday. It's intercepted by Stocksbridge, but only to pass it back to Wednesday here. So thank you very much to everyone who's listening today. We are receiving record listenership today, as you might expect from the massive Sheffield Wednesday listening in. It is now with Al Jahadami. Puts it onto the right hand side for the number 2 trialist. Pass it back to Al Jahadami. He's going to get it on to Davidson here. He's looking like he's going to cut in. He's going to take the shot, and it's just wide of the post, not very far off at all. Very, very close from Sheffield Wednesday there to making it 2-0. It is still 1-0 here with 65 minutes gone in this game. So 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday now. That goal from Joel Ashman in the first half. Can Stocksbridge break through and get a goal in this one? Just a bit of head tennis here, but Wednesday the other one's moving forward with it. No, Godwin's just come right in and robbed the ball. He's going to look for Greaves, but it's well headed away there by... It's actually Agras. Agras is still on the pitch here. And it's Davidson here who's running right through everyone. Davidson, he's run through another man. Davidson takes a shot. Oh, it's just wide. Would have been a hell of a goal from Leo Davidson. If you remember the sort of runs that Jermaine Johnson would have gone on for Sheffield Wednesday, that was the sort you just see where he just tears off and you can't even get a foot in on him. He's going that quick, because I think some of the Stocksbridge players did try, and I think that's why when he went on that run, the number 3 trialist basically karate kicked him down. Not getting most of the ball. Another substitute for Sheffield Wednesday. It is Sean Fusaya coming on for the trialist number 2. We'll try and get a more accurate team on the Wednesday one. They headed away there by Ashman. Back to the trial number 3. Now to Oglesby, who's going to clear it upfield. Greaves is going to try and get onto the end of it, but Aguat has beaten him, but it's only going back to Lemon. Lemon's going to look it point forward. It's headed away though by Wednesday, and it looks like their number 4 is going to hook it forward, headed back to him as well. But the tries number 19, lovely little touch, has got it away from him, and he's actually gone down with injury after Bobby Dunn came into him. So free kick for Stocksbridge, just on the edge of the centre circle. So, and with it, as it being Stocksbridge obviously being a typical non-league side in many ways, this is going to be a ball into the box, and it's going to. But with some seriously, this number 6 trialist for Sheffield Wednesday, he is a very big man. Just noticed the number 17 for Stocksbridge just peeling off to try and create some space for himself, but he was spotted. Ball goes in. Goodwin tries to head it across to Oglesby, who takes a shot. Great diving save from Jack Hall there. That would have been one for the highlight reel from Oglesby, a centre back there, the former captain of Staveley Miners Welfare. He's managed to he's hooked the ball really well with it sideways on, gets it almost on. I think it may have just gone just wide, but that was a very impressive save from Jack Hall, especially to hold on to it. And I think that was a long ball forward there from Wednesday. Was looking for Al Jahadami, but it's going to be offside there. So that's the closest Stocksbridge have come to a goal in this game. Oglesby with a really well hit volley. So, could see some more Wednesday players come on. We have got Jay Glover, who I believe is the player who featured in the senior friendly against Alfreton at the start of the season. Headed on by Ross Goodwin there, that long ball, but it's actually going to go out leftwards. I think the last touch did come off a Wednesday player, so going to be Stocksbridge. And Stocksbridge are looking the better side in this second half. That's number 3, who tries to get forward to the try. So he tries to flick it on there, but just can't. And it's Wednesday looking for the counter-attack here after a lovely touch from Davidson. Through here to Bobby Dunn there. He's looking for Aguas on the left side. He's behind Aguas. Aguas here is going to go back and collect it though. Back now with Davidson. Davidson's turn. He's been followed by O'Connor. O'Connor and Davidson's going to take the shot, and it's well saved from Davison Hill. Did bounce, made it awkward for Davison Hill, and I have to say, Davidson, since coming on, has been a live wire and been the biggest problem that Stocksbridge face. We're 69 minutes into the game, always a nice part of the game. Here, so as we prepare for Sheffield Wednesday to take this corner, they're 1-0 up. They scored from a corner in the first half, and Ashman is looking like he might go up again. I think he is up again. So, ball goes in, it's very high, it's going to the far post. It is took off a Wednesday player, but it is now cleared by Stocksbridge. Greaves is going to try and get it away now. Greaves just avoiding one tackle, gets the second one off, and it's going to be one to chase for O'Connor, and he gets the touch over. And it looks like, in the header there might just have got it, but the number 17 is trying to get himself in. He stumbles as he was being well held off by Fusire though, and almost the counter-attack very close to working, and Stocksbridge are getting closer and closer to finding the goal here. Please ignore that spam in the chat, by the way. I will try and get rid of it. So sorry, it is back with Jack Hall now after that. Clears it upfield, headed away by Oglesby to Goodwin, who's going to flick it on to Greaves, who chests it down. O'Connor's overlapping, but Greaves is going to cut inside instead. He's looking for the 17. It's a great pass to the 17. He's cut inside. He's taking a shot for the near post. It hits the side netting. It's actually Hall did actually make the save there. The touch, I think it was going to hit the side netting. Hall just being careful, and I say this 17 has been really impressive in this half. Going to be a corner kick here for the Steels. So, corner kick for Stocksbridge. Can they make anything out of it? Corner goes in. It's headed in! See who got it? I'm just trying to see. It looks like it's Ross Goodwin, the captain, equalising.
Ross Goodwin.
In. What a header. I bet shocked Stocksbridge really struggles from set pieces last season. Only scored once from a corner. And Goodwin there charges in, gets the header on. It is 1-1 here. Ross Goodwin scoring. Both teams have scored from the set piece. As we're just seeing, and after scoring, Ross Goodwin can get applauded off because he's been taken off for Cody Pryor coming on. Sheffield Wednesday also making their own substitution. As Joel Ashman has gone off, and Mackenzie Maltby coming on. So Sheffield Wednesday back on the ball now. So 1-1 here after over 70 minutes gone now. Stocksbridge on the ball here, and that pass could be short, could be caught out, and number 3 can only do anything to knock it away, but Pryor gets onto it, knocks it forward to the 17, tries to head it on here, and late in from the try swinger on the trialist centre back, and he's gone down with some considerable pain. That was a hell of a scream that you might have even picked it up on the microphone. That did look quite painful, that one, to be honest. He is looking it up. I think it's just one of those where he's caught him there, and it'll sting, that one. So, thank you, Roland Stone, for that. That made me laugh. There's some star names in that Stocksbridge team. Jack Lemon, Bill Murray, Des O'Connor, Jimmy Greaves. I can tell you, none of them are Jimmy Greaves. Des O'Connor may have played for us at one point. I can't comment. Our archives do not go back that far. I'm sure Morecambe and Wise would have had something to say about it if Des O'Connor had played for us. Through to the try swing who flicks on the 17 who almost gets on the end of it, and the number 6 had to be lively here, and Stocksbridge are looking here to try and see if they can grab a win against this youthful Sheffield Wednesday side. It's the number 3 trialist who's come and made a step up here. Number 3 here throws it here to Pryor. Pryor takes a touch back to the number 3. A lovely little flick back, gets it back to the 17 who there's a lot of pressure on them, but 17 is going to try and get down the byline, and he goes down fairly easily from a push, I'm going to be honest. He does earn the free kick, our trialist. And it is another chance to whip a set piece in. Free kick on this left-hand side, about not very far from the corner of the box. And it's the number 3 trialist who's done very well from some of these set pieces. And here he goes. Ball's going in, going to be whipped in. And it's Murray can't just get a head on, so he got the edge of his head on. And it's gone out of the box here, and it's the trial 6 covering it, so it goes out for a throw in to Wednesday. So it's for Wednesday throwing it out near side, still close to the byline. Back to the left back here, cleared out here, but headed back away by Murray. 2 Millen who flicks it on for the 19, who's going to try and flick it on 17 and just can't get the better there of his man. It's lovely play. I'm loving some of the interplay between these two trialists here. Yeah. They really seem to always be looking for each other, always looking for the flick-ons. And Hall's ooh! And yeah, our trialist left winger went in with 2 feet, I think, there. And there's a bit of a coming together between Jack Hall and the trialist forward. The referee's having to step in there. A bit of afters, he did come in late, the trialist forward for Stocksbridge. And Hall's not happy with it. I think we may be seeing one of those rare things, a non-league booking. To be honest, wouldn't be shocked if it was a bit of a non-league red card here. Yeah, but we're going to see, and Lee doing a very good job keeping them together after Jack Hall really not happy with that one. But we do have some more good news. Well, it's rare to get good news from Bramall Lane, but Lucy Bronze has just scored for England. It is 2-0 England. It looks like England are on the way to Wembley. It could be coming home, lads and lasses. Try to get tickets. As we're just waiting for Hall to pick the ball up, I think he's a bit wary seeing this 17 come through now after that challenge. I don't think goalkeepers get challenges like that, especially in new football, and we're just having a bit of a stoppage in play here. I think what's happening is the referee's having a talk with his linesman about the whole situation. I don't know, by the way, I don't know what the rules are. This is one to ask Mick Grimmer afterwards if a red card does end up coming out. If you get sent for a friendly, if it means a suspension for the competitive games. I don't think it does, but I will have to ask. It is taking a while, this, as well. So, anyone in the comments, how's your day been? Sorry, I'm having to fill time here while this is happening. The referee's actually coming back now, so hopefully we'll have some sort of decision of what's going to happen. He did talk to the linesman. It was a very late challenge. I don't think there'll be much question about it. I think the referee actually had his back turned, waiting for it to be cleared out. He's having a talk with Jack Hall now, the goalkeeper, as well as the trialist, who's wearing 17. That was a bit of a challenge, a bit of a dirty one. A bit of a welcome to non-league football for Jack Hall, definitely. And can I just say, well done to both players, because they did they patted hands after that. Good sportsmanship after a challenge which was not aimed at the ball, let's say. Hall does clear it up now. Headed on, and he's on the left wing now for Sheffield Wednesday with Aguas. He's been forced backwards here, been closed down well by Steele. Team put forward now. It's back to Aguas, who puts the ball in. Oglesby clears it away. And back with the number 6, who heads it on, and actually it calls for a handball. It did look like that one of the Wednesday attackers was going to just break through there, but unable to. Back to Ten Hill, who's going to clear up field, but only gone right back to Maltby here. Only Maltby Wednesday usually have to deal with is only Maltby normally Stocksbridge have to deal with is Maltby. As Davison goes on the run there, but even though he's still carrying on with the run, he's earned the foul and no advantage given there. I think actually Stocksbridge would prefer that, having seen some of his runs early in the game, because while Stocksbridge have been the better game in this second half, Davidson has been absolutely terrifying to watch with his pace. He's back with the trialist centre-back for Wednesday at the moment, the number 6. He's going to take a few steps before passing it forward here to the number 10. He's been closed down by Murray, who's really stepped out of his own defence to do that, but he's headed back to his defence now. Now it's with Bobby Dunn here. It is the 79 minutes gone in this game, and that crossfield ball had a good idea, but it's chested down by the trialist back to Davison Hale. Very smart play there. Looking for the winger here, does get him, gets the touch, being closed down by Maltby here. Shirt pulled here, and while Stocksbridge did want the advantage, referee not giving it. This referee does not do advantage, Lee, at the moment. So it is with the number 3 here, who's going to take this free kick just inside half, and Stocksbridge have put plenty of men forward for it. We are now in the 80th minute mark as Wednesday do head that free kick away, and Wednesday do have a good chance for a counter-attack here as Bobby Dunn's carrying the ball away, being watched by Pryor, but he gets the ball onto that left wing now with Aguas. Aguas puts it through to the trialist 10, evades the challenge there of Jordan Lemon, so he's getting down the left wing. Lemon's back in position, following all the way. Tries to get the pass back, but it is blocked a bit, but that does get it to Bobby Dunn again. Bobby Dunn had been on the ball quite a lot in this game. Passes it leftward, back now to Dunn. Dunn's going to get it onto Maltby. Maltby puts it onto this right-hand side where Davidson is. Davidson going to look to try and get the ball and puts the early cross in, but Oglesby clears it away. And it looks like to be fought with the trialist winger here, but Maltby's winning out that fight. The other trialist forward gets in and he almost nicks the ball off him before Davidson has to clear and pass it away to Dunn. Now with Cisse. Cisse is moving it forward. Now back to Glover, who's come on at some point. Didn't notice him coming on, to be honest. Now back to Dunn, back to Glover, now back to Cisse with Glover now. Wednesday just passing it in their own midfield for a moment as they look to probe. This is Wednesday's probably best period of possession in this second half. Is back with the trialist centre-back now. Going to put it onto the right-hand side with Davison now. He's looking to beat his man. Tackle goes in from the through, gets it in, and the winger helps, and the Stocksbridge try to get the count on, and they could do here. Trialist winger here, only got the number 6 facing up with him. The number 6 gets a really good tackle in though, and Bobby Dunn's going to carry it away. Dunn forward to Glover. Back to number 8, Dunn. Back onto the left wing here with Sheffield Wednesday. Now back to Dunn. Dunn's going to put it through onto Davison, but it's through ahead of Davison. It's going out for a throw-in. I'm just a bit shocked by something, because I swear Charlie Oglesby's on the pitch for us, but he's just liked one of our tweets. That's a surprise. I'll look out for his mobile in his pocket on it shorts. Throwing goes up from Stocksbridge, tries to flick it on, but that's just going to go out to play there. The trialist winger was always going down. Throw it back here to the number 6. And pass it back to Hall. Clears it up and headed back away though by Oglesby. O'Connor's header's actually poor, and he's passed it right to Al Jahadami here, who's on the attack, tries to flick it over for the trialist 10. He gets through, Murray flicks it on, the chance is on for number 10. Takes a shot, it's in the bottom corner, and that is the trialist 10 who has taken the lead. He outfooted Murray, who's been rock solid all game. He almost messed the chance on the number 10 by taking a bit too long, but he does manage to get his shot off, and it is 2-1 to Wednesday, which is unfortunate because apart from the last 5 minutes, I think Stocksbridge have been better in this second half, and that's not just homerism here. So now Stocksbridge are going to have to fight to try and restore level parity. And Stocksbridge do kick back off again. It's gone back to Pryor. He's going to look for Greaves on that right wing here. Tries to head it on there, Greaves, but not to in particular. He's going to try and pressure Cisse there, but Cisse is very calm and composed and is able to pass the ball away despite the man mountain that is Clark Greaves coming on to him. Pryor's come up to press now as well. But Wednesday are able to pass it in their own defence, and now it is Wednesday trying to press forward. Good in from Murray there, and Pryor gets a tackle up here. Now it's the number 17, the lively 17, tries to get it to Greaves, but Greaves can't hold in the pass. It's going to be a throw-in for Sheffield Wednesday. So we're in the 84th minute now of this game. It is 2-1 to Sheffield Wednesday after the trialists for Wednesday restored their lead. That's a good little evasion from the Wednesday man there. It's Aguas again, very classy player. Tries to find the man forward, but it's blocked, but it goes right back to Aguas, and Aguas pressing forward. Millen goes in well with a tackle, the former Rotherham United youngster, who will be pleased to get a decent tackle in on a Wednesday man. Even though I think if we ever look at his former Rotherham, we'll probably get a cry of a Towie Towner from someone in the crowd. Back to Davison Hale now, and despite pressure, he does get the ball off here. Headed away by the number 6, but only back to Stocksbridge, who knocked forward to this trialist winger. He's shouts for the ball for the 17 in there, and actually I think there was a free kick given against Stocksbridge during that. It's going to be a free kick then. So I've seen the Sheffield Wednesday under-21s management team shouting out some honours. Neil Thompson in there, who took charge of Sheffield Wednesday's senior team for a few games. Well, actually a few games, a couple of months in 2020. Or 2021, during the 2021 season. Didn't do too badly, though. Obviously, ended up being relegated that season. That's a fantastic ball from Wednesday, which has just found the trialist 10 winger on the right wing. He's got some options in the middle as well, but that's well in from the number 3 there, who's cut in well and forced a corner kick for the Owls. That's how they got their first goal in this game. Corner kick for the Owls. Will they extend their lead and kill off this game as a contest? Or will it continue for a few minutes more? So, well, it's just taking some time for this corner kick. It could be a short one because Davidson's gone up to him. It does take it short to Davidson, who's taking it towards the edge of the area, passes it wide out here to Aguas, and now the Stocksbridge defence are pushing out here as Cisse puts it forward to the Wednesday left winger, back to Cisse now, and I think the corner opportunity kind of gone there. Back to just Stocksbridge sitting in their shape while allowing Wednesday saying, challenging Wednesday, come on, try and beat it. Ball's gone across there to Fusaya, who gets it onto the right hand side, and it's well in by the number 3, but actually must have gone in on the man as well because the free kick has been given from the referee here. So 86 minutes gone in this game so far. It is Stocksbridge Park Steels 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2. As I take it back short to Davidson. Davidson gets 3 men round him now, but he's still got his pass off to Al Jahamidi. Now back to the number 6 trialist here, who's going to take a while before taking his touch, clipped over the top here, looking for the number 10, who takes a touch backwards, and the offside flag's going to stop him and the attacking move in its tracks here. So it's going to be Harrison Davison Hale coming up to take this free kick as Stocksbridge up to press forward, see if they can get an equaliser. And well, definitely a morale boosting point. Kicks it right at Murray, comes off Murray to Pryor, then to Oglesby, who's going to look for Greaves on the right wing. When Greaves takes a touch, he's going to find O'Connor here on the overlap. O'Connor just takes a step backwards, back to Lemon now. Lemon's going to put the cross in, but headed away by Glover, but only to Greaves. And Greaves has stopped there. The winger tries to slip it through to Clark Greaves. He takes it wide, takes a shot. It's blocked by Glover. It's a corner kick to Stocksbridge. Good play there by Clark Greaves, who has been quite anonymous in this second half. Up until then, did get the shot off. Well blocked by Jet. Actually, I think it was Mackenzie Maltby, I'm afraid. Sorry, I'm still figuring out some of the names of the Wednesday players, especially as they make the changes. And now it's going to be time for our number 3 to whip a ball in. This was from the exact same position that Stocksbridge got it here. He's going to take it low here, bounces off the trial winger and out of play, and that's a wasted corner because Wednesday got the tackle in and it's out for a throw in about halfway through the half. I think that idea didn't really work, but this quick throw in, Mike, because it's onto the trial winger at the byline. He's trying to beat his man, he does, he puts the ball in, just misses the header back to Greaves. Greaves is going to take a touch, he's trying to get the shot off, he passes it to the 17 who takes it, and it's gone through Hall's arms. It's 2-2. It's a bit of a howler from Jack Hall, but the trialist forward, who was the man who went right through his legs about 10 minutes ago, gets the goal there. It's 2-2 to stop. 2-2.
Is he a trialist?
Yes, officially, he's a trialist. Sorry, that was more. That was Martin Appian asking if he was a trialist. No, he is a trialist, a very good trialist. He's doing a very good job of telling Ian, sign me please, sign me. Though in fairness, I think that was a bit of a blunder from the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper, where he should have been far more comfortable than that. It's 2-2 now. Now, 89th minute. So we don't usually get stoppage time in friendlies. It could well be a 2-2 draw here. But and as Wednesday tries to get on the attack there, they are well blocked there by Millen, and it's the person who's just scored on the attack here. Tries to get onto the left wing to the other winger here, the other trialist winger. Overlaps with the number 3, goes a bit out of his feet, puts the ball in, blocks off Maltby. Maltby gets a second touch and forces it for the throw-in. Stocksbridge are looking for the late winner here. Number 3, passing back to Millen now. Millen's been cut some space and he's going to put the ball in, but the ball's just going to go bounce comfortably into Hall's arms, and that is full time. It is 2-2 between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday did take the lead in the first half when Joel Ashman peeled off to do a free header in the box. Now in the second half, Stocksbridge equalised through their own corner kick. Ross Goodwin equalising from a header from a corner kick. Wednesday retake the lead. They made the most of a midfield error with a trialist for Sheffield Wednesday then finishing in the box, and then but late on Stocksbridge got the equaliser. Another trialist scored for us. It's his second goal for us, 2-2, and it means that we get the draw with the under-21s at Sheffield Wednesday. Thank you very much for everyone who's been listening today and attended the game. Thank you to the Sheffield Wednesday fans who listened. If this was your first time experiencing a Stocksbridge Park Steels game, do come down to Brackenmore. It is a £5 on Saturday if you want to come in. It's a £5 next Tuesday against Glossop North End in a friendly, and it'll be £8 for the FA Cup match a week on Saturday against Goldcar. Please do come along. You will absolutely love it. Anyway, thank you for listening anyway to this game. We will see you next time. We'll be back for more commentary on Saturday against Barnsley.